Among this disturbing security threat, let's bring in security expert Lanre Suraj, who joins me live via Zoom from Lagos. The victims of the train attack are now spending some 4 months in captivity. A few of them have been released after allegedly paying huge sums as ransom. How really do you assess government's response in this regard?
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to actually look at this from the perspective of not just what the government will claim to has been its effort, but more importantly, at what the victims of this kidnap must have actually been going through. And I think more important, the government would have to take responsibilities for every extra day that these victims are spending in the control and hands of their abductors. We can afford to continue making these excuse for the government that efforts are being made. I mean, if we don't have results, we can't be talking about efforts, that are non-productive. That is number one. Number two, yes, you want to deal with situation of this nature with some measure of confidentiality, but that is not also sufficient where we don't get to see results, for more than 9 months. I mean, more than 3 months. You can't continue keeping, children under two, elderly over 80 years in control. And I think these are actually supposed to be the first set of people that should have enjoyed, the freedom from the captivity of these criminals disguising as whatever it is that they call themselves. And the priority at that point, for me, for a government should be those extra vulnerable people that are subjected to this very harsh condition of existence that possibly they've never even imagined or even watched in television, and now to be witnessing this on a daily basis. And you can imagine the level of callousness of having to show them, and that is also a level of uh, a message that is going to the government that, you guys are just worthless. You're not capable of doing anything. For these abductors to have gone to the extent of having to whip, people in the video and circulating such video to the public for us to see. I think, things have really gone totally out of human imagination.
Indeed.
And we have totally experienced, the debasement of whatever it's called that we call humanity in ourselves.
Mr.
And the
Suraj,
government will have to take responsibilities
a
for
lot
this.
have been said about intelligence gathering and the need for government to be more proactive. You heard about the situation in Abuja where some government schools have now been asked to shut down and parents come get their children because of some security threats in that regard. Is that what you expect to be done when such reports reach government?
No, I mean, it's inevitable. What else do you expect? This is a government that is ill prepared for anything. This is a government that has failed woefully to annex the possible intelligence opportunities that can assist in stemming the fight, against this kind of insecurity. The government, unfortunately, after succeeding in flushing to a very large extent the Boko Haram in the northwest, decided to also go the route of the predecessor by compromising every iota of success that was recorded, by also going into the frenzy of not performing their military responsibility and also security or protection, but rather politicking power play and also amassing of resources for personal gain. And that is why you could see the trend of what is happening. Unfortunately, with the level of the failure of the immediate past service chiefs, the president only ended up, rewarding them with ambassadorial appointment. With the level of the monetization that you have in the polity and the last electoral process and primaries, the former chief of air staff got even the ticket for the ruling party in the state. This was not given for free. This is with a heavy monetization and also exchange of cash. I mean, where would you want to attribute the source of such wealth to a former civil servant, a public servant, a chief of army staff? And you also look at the controversy that goes around with the immediate past, the one before the last, before the late immediate past chief of army staff, who was the ambassador to Benin Republic, of the amount of money and luxury cars that are traced to him in the ICPC investigation. This was actually where you find the problem. This is where you also locate the issues that we are also looking at now. And unfortunately, I don't really see this government within the limited time to exit, power, really doing anything serious for
government appears to be
security situation.
under intense pressure, Mr. Suraj, and we'll see precisely how this administration respond in the coming days. Security expert Lanre Suraj, thank you for talking to us on the News at 10.
Thank you for having me.